It's the Moose and Flyers here from Bathurst, New Brunswick. Zach Power up here in the broadcast booth and what's expected to be another exciting game. Your starting goaltenders for the Moose. It's looking to be Nico Boudreau, who's going to start again. He stopped 31 of 32 last night against Kensington, and this is his third straight start for a 3-3 set. The backup goaltender, unavailable. The other backup goaltender, the third string, also unavailable. The goaltender for the Flyers, Simon Cormier. He's 7-5, a 3.04 goals against average, an 861 save percentage, and that's not too shabby, if you ask me. It's going to be an exciting one. The Moose coming off of a win after snapping a 5-game losing skid. The Flyers playing their first game of the weekend. They played one earlier in the week, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little more as the game goes on. But what's expected to be an exciting one from Bathurst, the KC Irving site, and that's where we'll be for the next 60 minutes. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Moose, and they're going to start away in what's expected to be an exciting first period to come. Played it out through center. The Flyers are going to try to start it away. Finnegan onto the puck. Chips it up. It's going to be played by the defense of the team. And Finnegan trying to spring it forward for White. Collette onto it now into the near boards. Collette playing it for Finnegan. Finnegan moving it in. Coming in, stopped at the blue line. He's got Collette, and they're going to have to go and tag up, so the Moose will start away with control. Playing it out through center. A long dump in. That's going to go into the far corner. Both teams changing. Just 36 seconds into this first period. And a 0-0 contest to date. Here comes Poirier, waiting, putting on the brakes, the centering pass, but that one went wide. Back at the line, it's being played into the corner now. It's going to be later moved in there by Baxter. Baxter had a goal yesterday afternoon off a centering pass. It was against Kensington. Moose won that game. Here is Cormier, waiting, shooting, blocked up in front there before it could get in on goal. Later moved in around. This way, it's going to be sent in around. Leard trying to center it out in front there, but yet no one was home. The rebound is loose. Now it's Wheeler, another drive, and that one went wide. Poirier playing it into the corner. He's battling with his man. Wheeler onto it, and behind the goal, trying to center it out in front there is Laird. Back at the line, it will be kept in by Sturgeon, but just by a hair, a drive, and that one went wide of the goal. One more time, it's Johnson. Intercepted by the Moose. It'll come all the way down the length of the ice, and this will be icing, and we'll have our first whistle of the game. Well, we talk about goaltending of the Moose, and none other than Boudreau, and if you're a fan of the Moose, you might know him pretty well. I mean, just a week ago, he's had let up 5 goals on 40 shots in a tough game against St. John, and came away with a strong win yesterday, only letting up that 1 goal on 30-odd shots. Busting in through now. Here comes Baxter. Baxter moving in a shot, and that one went wide of the goal. Played in around in the near boards. It's Ferdinand. Ferdinand busting it through. Ferdinand scores! It's Ferdinand all the way, and it's 1-0 for the Moose. The Moose are ecstatic, and the Flyers are stunned, as just 2 minutes and 3 seconds is all it took to get the game's opening goal on a wrist shot that went over the blocker side of the goaltender, and we have ourselves a 1-0 game here. So the Moose will break the ice here in Bathurst. Maury is playing it around. Legier playing it into the behind the net, where it's going to be Boudreau out to play it. And along the far boards, it's going to be picked up there by DeVoe. He had 2 goals yesterday. Ferdinand spinning it into the far corner, into the trapezoid. It's going to be DeVoe. The Flyers, rather. So Ferdinand getting credit for the goal. And Cormier also getting in there. Here are the Moose. They're going to come back the other way, trying to use that momentum to get another goal. It's played in there by the Stu. Lavoie trying to look for the pass back to the point. Just too much pressure there by the Flyers. Legier stopped at the line by Simon Duguay. Played into the far corner. It's going to be played in behind the goal now, where it's going to be played in around by Cormier, the goaltender. And here they go back the other way now. Here comes the Flyers. They're going to try to bust it in through. There's a shot. That one stopped there, and a great shot by Sanchez. Into the far corner, playing it now is Simon Duguay. Around the boards, it's going to be later moved on there by the Liam Chason, rather. He's battling in there. Lavoie watching in. White also watching in, waiting for that puck to come around. It'll be later moved in there by Simon Duguay, trying to get this out of the zone. Gets it up to the Stu. This will be lobbed down, and the Moose are caught on a change, and it's going to be later moved on there by Finnegan. Finnegan waiting, putting on the brakes. He's being pressured there by Thibodeau. And around the boards, Sanchez, and that one's going to be stopped. We have a penalty call coming up here, and it's going to be a hook. So the Flyers assistant captain is going to go to the box, Cameron White. Two games played with the Amherst Ramblers this year. And he's going to go to the box for 2 minutes or less on the hook. So the Moose power play is going to come into service here. They had lots of good chances yesterday afternoon against Kensington. And along the far boards, it's the Moose playing in behind the goal. Poirier from the circles. Poirier waits. That one blocked up in front. Gaudette from the line. Simon Duguay, a drive, blocked up in front. I think he was looking for some sort of tip as a low shot. And it's going to be played in around behind the goal. Boudreau into the corner. Played there by Gaudette. Heavy pressure there by the Moncton penalty kill, which is above one of the best in the league. Actually, they are the best, 94%. In on the near boards, a long stringing pass for Leard was unavailable. Boudreau's going to have to play because he's being pressured. Moose got on a change. It's now going to be Poirier. Poirier waiting, putting on the brakes, looking for the centering pass there. Can't get it. One more time, it's going to be later picked on there by Sanchez. Busting in through. Here are the Flyers. A shot, and that one went wide, and a big save. Played in around where it's going to be the Moose coming back the other way. They just got 50 seconds left to go on the penalty. One more time, it's going to be Sanchez. Waiting, putting on the brakes. He wants some kind of pass. Is he going to get it? I don't think so. Moose playing it now is DeVoe. Circling, and he's going to look for a pass. Across the ice, here they go. Along where it's going to be Gaudette. Baxter, rather, as it's played into the far corner. Ferdinand waiting, shooting, stop there. Played on around the side of the goal. And behind the goal, it's going to be later moved on there by Morius. And it's going to go down all the way to the length of the ice, and this will just about do it for the penalty, which only has 7 seconds left. Maybe one last long stringing pass, but intercepted there by Collette. Collette waiting, shooting, blocked up in front there, and a great defensive play there by LeBlanc. And behind the goal, it's going to be Boudreau. He's going to pass it, and they're going to move it. Long springing pass, trying to hit Chason. Collette, and Collette cross-checked Chason into the boards. And that's going to be a penalty. No matter what way you put it, that is a penalty, and it looks like it's going to be for cross-checking. Either way, it's 2 minutes or less. Or they're going to call it boarding, which is not much different. So the power play is going to come back into effect for the Moose. And they just finished that last one as well. Out to draw, controlling it now are the Moose. Waiting, shooting, that one went wide of the goal. Played in around where Poirier's onto the attack. He's there at the near boards. He wants someone at the point. Is he going to get someone at the point? I don't think so. Bro, and behind the goal, trying to center it out in front there. This one goes all the way down the length of the ice on a defensive miscommunication, and they'll try again. Simon Duguay. He's going to start away in his own end. Just over 13 minutes left to go here in Bathurst. A 1-1 game, $1.30 left to go on the penalty. Poirier. Knocked along his Bro. At the line. Simon Duguay waiting, shooting. Tipped up in front, but it was tipped wide. Played in behind the goal. It's going to be later moved on there by Gaudette. Anthony got again. Long, stringing pass. Here come the Flyers. A shot and a big save there, and a great opportunity there for the Flyers to kind of get back into this game. Simon Duguay. It's Gaudette, rather. Shot, and that one went wide of the goal. Played it around the side. It's Pro. Gaudette. He's got Poirier along the line. Dropped in, and this will go outside of the zone, but another break here for Moncton as they're busting it through. Waiting, shooting, and a big oh, it's into the net! What a beautiful dangle, and in there, and it's a shorthanded goal for the Flyers. And give credit to Wheeler for an absolutely beautiful play there. He was on the team last year when they won the championship. That's his 13th goal off a beautiful dangle. Not much for Boudreau to do there. Multiple shorthanded opportunities for the Flyers, and they cash in that time. So it's a 1-1 game in Bathurst. Along and behind the goal are the Moose. Going to try to center it out in front. This is Ferdinand. He already has a goal this afternoon. Ferdinand from the line. Waiting with it, a shot that got blocked up in front. Another drive, that one got blocked up in front again, and it stopped at the line there, but now it's going to be the Flyers coming back the other way. It's Sanchez, waiting, shooting, blocker to side there by Boudreau. A great heads-up save there by the goaltender to stop it. Everyone looking for the puck, and the Flyers are going to be the one that are going to come away with it. Morius, now from the line, drops it in where it'll be Godin, and we're back to even strength. So the power play ineffective for the Moose to date. Moose going in for a change. Everyone's going to drop it in. A little bit of intensity here on the ice to start things off. It's Moncton turning over by Boudreau. Boudreau waiting, shooting, and that one went wide of the goal. Played it along the far corner. Now it's going to be later picked up there by the Moose. They're going to try to get it out. Boudreau stopping it at the line. It's going to come out, and it'll have to be dumped in there, and we'll have Boudreau in behind the goal for the Moose. Trying to play it in. This will go down all the way down the length of the ice, and we will have a face-off coming up here. Just under 11 minutes left to go in this first period. Shots on goal are 4-2 in favor of the Flyers. 2 power play opportunities for the Moose that came up ineffective, really. And they're going to try to get back into the swing of things, but the face-off will come up blocker side to the goaltender, Boudreau. His 3rd straight start, you have to feel that he's somewhat tired. Of course, 24 hours in between the 2 games. I guess the big savior is that he's at home. Collette moving it around. Long dump in. This will go right into the trapper of the goaltender, and we'll have another face-off coming up here. Boudreau realizing that he didn't really have anybody near or around that he could pass it to, at least in the interim. In a 1-1 contest, the season series is not looking so good for the Moose. Moncton is 5-0, and during that time, they've outscored the Moose 32-9. So that was the 10th goal that you've seen to start off this afternoon. It's Chason coming in there. He's battling in there with his man, Wheeler. Playing around is White. Drive, no. Later picked on there. It's going to be the Moose taking it out as Bro. Coming in there with a burst of speed. Here he goes, 1-on-2. Busting into the corner near here at the goal line. It's going to be trying to flip it in on goal at least, but couldn't do that. And now we have a penalty. And that's going to be LeBlanc who's going to go for a cross check. And Moncton's not too pleased about that. So the assistant captain, Bro, is going to go to the box. And sorry, that's LeBlanc, sorry. Is going to go to the box for 2 minutes or less. And we'll go back to the power play, or the first power play for the Flyers. And their power play, well, it's second last. And they're running at about 8%. The Moose penalty kill is last, and that's at 84% effectiveness. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Flyers. Waiting at the line, it's Collette. Collette passed across the other side. Wheeler out in front, trying to center it there, and this one will go down all the way down the length of the ice at an inverted pass. And the Flyers will just start away. They're going to come in with speed now. Passed across the other side. It's the Moncton Raleigh Flyers. Trying to center out in front there. Here's a pass back for Collette, who keeps it in. And along the near boards, they're going to try to move it now. Here's a shot. Oh, and it rang off the post. Got it. Around the boards. It's going to be later moved on there by Wheeler. Wheeler waiting with it. Coming out in front, trying to get that one in on goal and won't be able to. Played it around there by Leard. It's going to be sent all the way down the length of the ice. And it'll be the goaltender of Cormier. Both teams changing. Finnegan. Here comes Finnegan playing it around through the center ice into the offensive zone. White at the line. Trying to center it out in front there for Finnegan again. Won't be able to do it. And this will go down all the way the length of the ice. 45 seconds left to go on the penalty to LeBlanc. White almost turned over there for DeVoe to try to get some kind of shorthanded opportunity. This will be stopped there at the line for offsides. Flyers control the shot clock to date, 7-2. And the first period of action. Face-off coming up near the penalty box of LeBlanc Sturgeon. Waiting for it. Ahead. Here comes the Flyers. It's Finnegan. And around the boards, it's going to be picked up there by LeBlanc. Sorry, that's not LeBlanc. That's Simon Duguay. LeBlanc still in the box for 15 more seconds. Finnegan. Now here comes a turnover steal. It's Baxter busting in through. Baxter with a burst of speed. Baxter in behind the goal. He wants some kind of pass or even to kill the time of the penalty. 3 seconds and 2, and it'll look like LeBlanc will come out with out a goal on the power play are the Flyers. But they're going to try to change that fortune here quickly, but they won't be able to. Now it's going to be the Moose coming back the other way with a burst of speed. Ferdinand gets it from Couture. Yeah. Felix Couture, rather. Here comes Boudreau. He's got Weber on the backside. Boudreau in behind the goal. Boudreau knocked off the puck from the line. A drive there by the Flyers, and that one went wide of the goal. White. Morias from the line. Kept in. Drive, and that one went wide. The Stu. Daigle can't play it. The Stu onto the puck. Lavoie. Lavoie going to start in his own zone, being heavily pressured. Morias waiting, shooting, stopped him wide. Into the corner, Boudreau. Rubbed off the play. Morias from the line, keeping it in. Another drive. That one got tipped up in front, but it went wide. Godin. And play it Ferdinand. This one's going to be lobbed out, and the Moose going for a much-needed change. Flyers knocking it in. Weber, and they're going to call this icing. I thought Weber got a piece of that, but clearly not, and we'll have the face-off coming up here. Shots on goal, 2-9 for the Flyers. Moose trying to rally in some offense here in the offensive zone. We'll see their offenseman come into play here. Poirier's in the draw against White. White wins it. Played it in there by Collette. Heading forward, Morias playing it forward. It's going to be the Flyers now. Weber. Weber busting in through. Weber lobs it into the far corner. Simon Duguay giving chase there is also Leger. Scramble forward in behind the goal. It's going to be the Moose coming in there with a burst of speed, and here they go out through center. It's a 3-on-2. The pass out in front, and that one could be redirected in on goal. Later moved on there by Bro. Behind, chase on. Thibodeau's at the line. He's going to not get it from Barreau because they're going to move it more north. Baxter, center down front, shot, and a big save there. Great opportunity there for the Moose, but it's going to come back 2-on-2. Driven in behind the goal. Boudreau's not going to be able to play it, and Moncton will get to it first. Barreau, but it'll be Simon Duguay who's going to start away in his own zone. He's being pressured hard there by the Moose, by Boudreau. Simon Duguay stands up his man. No call on the play. Played it out through center now. Here comes Mullally. Logan Mullally won't be able to do it. And here comes Cormier trying to bust in and through. Won't be able to do that either. LeBlanc from the line is stopped there by Sturgeon. Cross pass the other side. In and won't be able to do that. Mullally battling hard with his man there. Bro playing it in behind the goal. Later moved on there by Leard. Trying to center it out in front there, yet they weren't able to do that. Moose playing it in and out through center. Godbout in behind and trying to spring that one out front again, unable to do it. Cormier spinning it across the other side. Here's a shot in on goal, and that one stopped. A quick game so far on this side, where both teams coming down and using their speed. And I mentioned in the pregame that this is two teams that really like to jackrabbit their way. This is where you use all of your skill, and I would have to think that that's a part of the Moncton strategy, is to try to wear down the Moose, playing 3 games in 3 nights. The first in Caracat, the other one yesterday afternoon, and this one, well, this afternoon. The Moose lost their weekend opening game in Caracat against Charlottetown, who are respectively high up in their division, playing very good for themselves. And they won yesterday against Kensington. Decisive 6-1 victory. Ferdinand playing it out through center. Moving it ahead, Morius. Can't do much as it's played in around the far corner. Lavoie won't be able to play it. Flyers moving it on out. Morius trying to bring it in through. Lavoie to the attack. Run around, stopped the line there by Collette. Played in behind the goal, it's going to be Boudreau. Boudreau trying to get it there for Simon Duguay. Will be passed up to his offensive countryman and played it out through center. Collette in his own zone, being pressured by 2. Springs it out, it's going to be the Flyers busting it through. Here's waiting, and and a great defensive play there by the Moose to be able to stop that one there at the line. I believe that was Thibodeau. And a great chance there for the Flyers, yeah, to get any sort of offense going and keep things pushing. So the faceoff's going to come up to the glove of Boudreau, who stopped 9 of 10 so far in the first period. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the first period, rather. Yeah, just over 3 minutes to go. Stopped the line. Here's a drive, and that one stopped there by the goaltender again, and we'll have yet another faceoff. A great Sunday afternoon here in Bathurst. Temperatures looking a little chilly here in the minus numbers, but I will say this, it's a sunny afternoon, so I guess what more can you ask for? Great day for some hockey, and the KC Irving Regional Center, home of the Acadie Bathurst Tetons, played Friday against St. John. And they're on a bit of a road swing now. They won't be back for a little while. Later on out, it's going to be the Moose. Thibodeau playing it around for Bro. Trying to center it out. Collette shoving it in there for Boudreau out to play it. He's going to spin it around for LeBlanc. Turnover steal. Baxter now, though. He will bring it back. It's going to be the Moose taking it up through center, and here they go with a burst of speed. Thibodeau can't do it. Baxter, that was Burrow, rather. And here comes the Flyers, and a great centering pass there, and unable to get that one for the Flyers. Another drive, and that one stopped there again. Liam Daigle hanging out there on the doorstep, and just couldn't do anything with that centering pass. You're starting to see the cracks in the armor for the Moose, who are just trying to keep up defensively, at least on that side of things, which has proven to be a tough task. You can tell that they're just a little tired. The Moose are trying not to let the Flyers dictate the pace. The Flyers are doing a good job in doing that. That one will go up into the bench by Godbout, and we'll have another face-off coming up here. Looking up and down the lineup for Godbout, I mean, 1 goal yesterday He had 3 goals and 5 assists last year. He's actually from Dieppe, just outside of Moncton. Controlling it now are the Wild. They're going to play it in out through center. The Moose, rather. Trying to center that one out in front there. This one will go into the corner. Simon Duguay. Heading forward, it's Boudreau. Knocked it around where it's going to be later moved on there by Boudreau again. Another drive, that one stopped. The rebound in behind the goal. Trying to get it now are the Wild. They're going to play it on as Laird. As Johnson, rather. Lavoie knocks down his man. And now it's Gabou. Gabou waiting, shooting, and that one went wide of the goal. Laid in behind where it's going to be centered out in front there from Mullally. Unable to do it, Lavoie from the line. Here's another drive, and that one went wide. And behind the goal, it's Mullally again. Trying to bring it back there for, looked to be Lavoie. He played in and out. Simon Duguay from the red line. He's going 1-on-3 or 4 at least. Played it around, but that long stringing pass down to DeVoe. It's Couture. Ferdinand plays it. Poirier waits, shoots, blocked up in front. Played it around the side of the boards where it's going to be later moved on there by Moncton. This will be sent down the length of the ice. And we'll have an icing call coming up here. Under a minute left to go in this first period. Shots on goal. 5-13 in favor of the Flyers. We're tied at 1 here from Bathurst. Face-off going to come up glove side to Cormier, who's let up a goal very early on in the game. Poirier is in the draw for the Moose. And he somewhat wins it as it was a tie up there, but it will eventually come away for Moncton. It's going to be Sturgeon. Sturgeon, long, stringing pass, gets it out through center. Now here they go. It's going to be Boudreau. Boudreau trying to bust it through. Heavily pressured there by the Moose, and that one is stopped there back the other way. Now here comes the Moose coming back on a 3-on-2. The pass now. No, he just couldn't do it. Another drive. And going hard into the net. Looks to be Boudreau. And a lot of aftermarket pushing and shoving. And this will lead to a power play for the Moose. So Laird is going to go to the box for 2 minutes or less. Jonah Laird from Riverview. His birthday's on Tuesday. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Moose. Playing it around, crisscross Bro. Bro waiting at Poirier. Lots of traffic in front of the net. Here's a tip try, Bro. Heading forward, going to be stopped at the line. No, by Simon Duguay, won't be able to do it. Poirier and busting it through now. Boudreau is coming out with the big long stick. It's going to be Lavoie coming back the other way. He's only got 10 seconds left to do it. Gaudette waiting from the near boards. Gaudette trying to move it there. Lavoie stopping it there with the elbow. And this will be sent all the way down the length of the ice. And this will do it for the first period of action. Shots on goal in the first period are 14-5 in favor of the Flyers. It's a 1-1 game. We'll come back with the second period and 1:28 of power play time for the Moose.
Moncton Flyers 14, and your Contendo Northern Moose 5.
Besoin de ferme de toit, murs préfabriqués ou poutrelles de plancher? Un seul nom à retenir, Léon Chouinard et Fils. Vous avez un projet résidentiel, commercial, agricole ou industriel? Ne cherchez plus, nous sommes les leaders dans la catégorie. Nos 40 années d'expertise ainsi que nos 3 usines de fabrication vous apporteront connaissance, compréhension et rapidité peu importe votre projet. Notre représentant se déplacera pour vous rencontrer afin de bien répondre à vos besoins. Léon Chouinard et Fils, les structures de bois, c'est nous.
Second period of action here from Bathurst, New Brunswick. First period scoring summary. If you're just tuning in, it's a 1-1 game between the Moose and the Flyers. Shots on goal in that period, 14-5 in favor of the Flyers. And it started out with an early goal by Matthew Ferdinand, who scored on that beautiful wrist shot, 2:03 into the first period. Anthony Gaudette getting assist for that. And Zachary Wheeler also got a goal at the 7:36 mark, shorthanded that was, and that was assisted by Jonah Leard rather. So first period of action is done. And what we've seen was a complete dominance from the Flyers in the offensive zone. When they got that puck, you've seen them move around, but I wouldn't count out the Moose, who still have lots of fight left in them, who came out in that period and set the tone a little early, and we'll kind of see what happens here. It was a physical first period, and that's for sure, and I'm expecting to see something similar. We've seen a few penalties, a couple cross checks, some boardings, and that sort of good stuff, some after the market whistles and whatnot, and that will be the tale of this second period. Will the physicality overturn the Moose, who are kind of feeling the reels of the tone that was set early on in the game by the Flyers. The Flyers came out with a very fast start in that first period, and the Moose coming back down, playing 3 games in 3 nights. All right, second period of action here from the Casey Irving Regional Center. Zach Power up here in the broadcast booth. We'd like to thank you so much for tuning in wherever you are, coast to coast and around the world. It's going to be Gaudette starting up for the Moose. Long stringing dump, and this is going to go down. Isaiah Poirier playing it there for the line. Into the corner, played it around. It's going to be the Moose in behind the goal. Sending it back to the point. Simon Duguay, cross pass. This is going to be Poirier. Poirier, he's going to look for Duguay again. He will get it. Duguay, across, other side. Shot, no! Lavoie with a nice one-timer opportunity. Gaudette from the corner now. Bro. Gaudette. He's got Duguay at the line. Lavoie shoots, scores! That's in! Nobody knew where the puck was for a moment, and it's now a 2-1 game. And I initially thought that Lavoie had it in the first time, but Boudreau's going to celebrate first, and we'll have to see the goal call to see who indeed got that power play goal. So it's now a 2-1 lead for the Moose here in the second period, capitalizing early, just as they did in the previous period. It took them less than 45 seconds to do so. Godin playing it out. It's going to be Moncton. It's Sturgeon. Godin, glove down, and this is going to be called down, and I think they're going to call this a hand pass. And a good opportunity there for Laird, who's coming in and had a bit of a breakaway opportunity there for a moment and looked pretty dangerous. So the faceoff is going to come up outside of the blue line. And it's going to be Mullally and Wheeler in the draw. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Flyers. Johnson knocking it along. It's going to be Godin trying to play it from the boards now. Moose flipping it out through center. Johnson onto the attack. So Bro is going to get credit for the goal. And Lavoie will also get an assist. And Godet will also get another assist. Centering pass, shot, big save there by Cormier. The rebound was loose. Wow, what a good opportunity there. Back the other way comes Wheeler on a 3-on-2. He's got Leard on the other side. Wheeler waiting to the pass. No, and just couldn't get it back the other way. Comes the Moose now on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-on-2. LeBlanc, and that play is going to be called down on an offside. Good opportunities on both ends, and the chances they're everywhere. It only takes one shot to get back into the game, and that's pretty well evident in the first and second period. Two unexpected shots that passed the goal crease of Cormier, who's been good this season, coming into this 7-5 record. He was the 2021-22 U18 first All-Star. He had the best goals against average in the league with a 2.00, and he also won the championship. So he's got quite the resume heading into the season. It's Baxter. Springing it ahead now, it's going to be Thibodeau. Baxter into the far corner. Bro onto the attack. He's already got a goal this afternoon. Another drive. That one got blocked up in front there. And behind the goal, it's Thibodeau. Trying to center down front there. Lavoie. That's Poirier, excuse me. And it's going to be back the other way now. Here come the Flyers the other way. They're going to come in with a burst of speed. Here's a shot there. That one stopped there. The rebound. And behind the goal, trying to center it out in front there. Poirier moving it in there. He's got Simon Duguay on the chase. Baxter dumping it along, and the Moose are going to go for a much-needed change. Long stringing pass, unable to hit Sanchez. This is going to go down the length of the ice. Boudreau's out to play it. LeBlanc's there. DeVoe waiting, putting on the brakes. He's going to circle back and look for some fresh options and change the grid. Ferdinand giving chase in on a dump and chase. He was ahead of the puck, and they're going to call that icing here. Shots on goal 15-8 in favor of the Flyers in the 2-1 contest here from Bathurst, New Brunswick. Standings, the Flyers are second in the league. They have a 15-8 record. The Moose are sixth, and that's good for last, 9-16 record. Played into the corner now. It's going to be picked up there by Hendrickson. This way it's moved in there by DeVoe. This is going to be played up into the bench, and they're going to play hide and seek for that puck. And we'll have a face-off coming up here outside of the bench of Moncton. Nope, they're going to move this somewhere else. Neutral zone face-off here. Just outside the blue line, off the draw, controlling it now are the Flyers. Heading forward, this is going to be LeBlanc stopping it there at the line. Moved in around where it's going to be Ferdinand dumping and chasing. Ferdinand has a goal. He opened up the scoring this afternoon. Daigle now trying to center it out in front there. Godin played it in forward now. Here comes the Flyers. Trying to center it there, and a big save there by Boudreau, knocking that one away on a low shot. Boudreau in his third straight start, I should say, this weekend. Their backup goaltender out with an injury, and their third string goaltender unavailable. Moose trying to figure out whose turn it was to play the puck. It'll be Godin, who's going to try to get it out of his own zone. Going to be stopped there by Moncton, and they're going to have to try again. Got it, long stringing pass, trying to spring Ferdinand. Ferdinand into the corner. It's going to be the Flyers playing it out through the neutral zone. Boudreau, the pass. Oh, it went wide of the goal. One more time, it's played into the corner now. It's going to be Simon Duguay. Duguay trying to stew. Duguay around the boards. It's going to be picked up there by the Moose. They're going to come in through the offensive zone now. The Stu giving chase. And Moose trying to tag up there on the offsides there for a moment. We have an incoming penalty, and this is going to go against the Moose by the looks of it, as Boudreau will touch up. And it's going to be a head contact penalty. So here's the question, 2 or 4? And the Moose are trying to at least contest it. That's Chason going into the box for 2 minutes or less. 2 minutes are on the board. And safety is a big part of this league, where any bit of head contact is automatically called. Destu played there. Simon Duguay trying to spring it around. Will he be able to get it out? Cormier just from the line keeps it in. They'll be knocked down, and some player changes will go off for the Moose. Here comes Moncton. They're going to start away in their own zone. They're going to try to take it up through center now. Trying to shot there by Collette. No. From the line there, it's going to be Wheeler. Wheeler shooting into the corner now. One more time, it's going to be Johnson. Collette waiting. Other side, Cormier. Collette shoots. Blocked up in front and cleared down the length of the ice. Just $1 in change left to go in this penalty to Chason for head contact. Under 14 minutes left to go in the second period in a 2-1 contest from Bathurst. Wheeler sending it down into the circles and in behind the goal. Wheeler, he's going for a skate. White wants it on the open side. Shoots, and that one stopped there on a great opportunity for Sturgeon. Sturgeon last year was with the Dieppe Flyers, of course Moncton born. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists as a defenseman so far this year. His team is down by 1, trying to spring something on the power play. Long dump in there by the Moose that will go in on goal. And you can tick that one up another one. They now have 9 shots on goal compared to the 18 of the Flyers. Possibly a representation of the control of this game, but we've seen some shots that have just simply stunned Cormier to date. Flyers playing it in and out. White hit into the boards from the line. Jean. From the line, it's Sturgeon waiting, shooting. That one got blocked up in front. And the penalty to Chason is over. Back to even strength. It comes out to center, and it'll be Sturgeon who's now going to have to start away in his own zone. Godet playing it in there. He's going to go off for a change. There's an opportune change for the Moose. It's White. Shoots, and that one blocked up in front. Godin. It almost looked like it got him up high. Wearing the cage, so all is good, seemingly. Sacrificing the body in the offensive zone. Poirier battling in there with White. A shoving match between the Moose and the Flyers. Godin also in there as well. Poirier busting in through 1-on-2. Poirier making some nice moves. Can't keep it in. It's going to be the Flyers back the other way. Busting in through. Here's a pass. No, and unable to get it there. And a great opportunity there for Daigle. It's going to be played all the way out. Bro won't be able to touch it. This won't be no icing. Bro now and behind the goal, trying to center it out in front there or find someone to get it to, and he won't be able to do that. Poirier onto the attack. Dumped in there by the Moose. They're going to play it out, and it's Luke Morius. Bathurst born. He's playing it out through center. Pass comes across. Daigle. Moose in their own zone, trying to hit the stoop. Godet was in there. The stoop. From the near boards, it's Daigle. Daigle waiting into the corner now. Destou's giving chase. Collette from the line. The other side. Can't get it. One more time, it's played in behind the goal. It's going to be later moved on there by Daigle. Daigle again. Cross, and it's going to be Flyers from the line. A long shot in there, and that one will be stopped. That shot there coming from the captain of the Flyers, Thomas Hendrickson. Shediac born last year, 2 goals, 6 assists with Moncton. This year, 5 goals, 9 assists. The defenseman looking for some kind of tip out in front or just at least something, right? With so much traffic in front of the net, you'd have to think that that's at least part of the strategy. It's going to be Moncton starting away in their own zone, Legier. Hendrickson trying to get Boudreau a hit off his ankle. It'll be Thibodeau now in the far corner, trying to spring it ahead. It's going to be Gabou. Crossing it is the other side. Moncton unable to play it. But here comes Moncton back the other way. Coming in, Jean can't play it because it went through his stick. Gabou. Duguay. Got it. Long stringing dump in. This will go in there for Sturgeon. Here's Sturgeon. Sturgeon making some nice moves. Sturgeon busting in through. Can't get it any further than the red line. Poirier now busting in through in a 2-on-1. Got Gaudette there behind the goal. Trying to center that back out in front. Can't get it. Another drive. And that one stopped there again. LeBlanc with a long-range knuckler. And the face-off is going to come up blocker side to the goaltender of the Flyers. Goaltender Cormier. 7-5 record on the line. Poirier playing it out. It's going to be Legier. Cross pass. Now here comes Moncton back the other way. Trying to bust it in through. Unable to get it there is Cormier. Sent it around into the corner. Poirier giving the attack. Poirier. Head, it'll be Baxter rather. Baxter hard onto the attack. Leered onto it now. Wheeler. Wheeler making some nice moves. Wheeler, the pass, the shot, the score! It's Cormier, and it's 2-2. Cooper Cormier's 6th goal of the season here, and it's a 2-2 contest. Long-range shot on Boudreau. Was the 22nd shot of the afternoon for the Flyers to get their 2nd goal. Off the draw, it's Thibodeau. Long stringing dump in there, Ferdinand. Giving chase now is Moncton. Morius battling hard in there with O'Brien. Leard. Cross pass, Cormier won't be able to get it. Played into the corner, Lavoie giving chase. Moncton stopping it at the line. Collette, drive, blocked up in front. Rebound! No, and it went wide. Good opportunity there for Moncton. Collette there from the blue line. Played it in there is Cormier. Thibodeau gets knocked down. And behind, it's going to be stopped there at the line. And here's a drive. That one stopped there by the pillows. Boudreau. Moncton controlling. Wheeler out in front. No, can't get it there. One more time, it's Cormier. Wheeler. Collette from the line. Keeps it in. Dumps it in. Thibodeau. Can't hit DeVoe. DeVoe is unable to play it as it was up in the air. Leard. Can't get it there. Cormier. Cormier waiting and won't be able to get that shot off. Back the other way comes the Moose. They're going to knock it in off the board. Some aftermarket pushing and shoving. And there's going to be a head contact penalty, and it's going to go against Cormier. He's trying to plead his case. So it's going to be 2 minutes for head contact, and the Moose power play is going to go back to work here. We talked about their power play. Tied for second, 10% running heading into this game. Off to draw, controlling it now. Scores! It's into the net! And it's a 3-2 contest! Well, that was quick. It's going to be Lavoie getting the goal. So, it's back to the lead for the Moose. Just past the halfway mark of the second period, and it's now 3-2. Some confusion on how many players should be on the ice for Moncton. Realize they have 4, so Sanchez will come out, and it's now a 2-2 contest. Simon Duguay coming in, a shot and a low one, and that one will be stopped there by the goaltender. .36 left to go in the second period here from Casey Irving Regional Center, home of the Teton. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Flyers. Sanchez. Got Booth battling in there with Malali. Godin won't be able to play it. Simon Duguay played it along. Godbout can't play it, and it'll be later picked on there by Moncton's Johnson. Godin. Moved there by White. White into the far corner. White gets knocked down as it's played in there. Johnson from the circles. A drive there. That one got blocked up in the front there. Johnson from the line. Johnson passed ahead. Passed across from Finnegan. Another drive. That one stopped. Into the corner. It's Godin. The Stu. Here comes the Stu on a 3-on-2. Unable to get any further, and it'll be Simon Duguay. Godin. White. Boudreau is way out to play it, and it might cost him. He stopped it there from the circles. He gets knocked down, and now there's going to be a penalty and some pushing and shoving, and everybody's getting in there. Oh my goodness. This is pure mayhem on the ice. Well, how do you describe that? Boudreau is still talking a little bit. Protecting your goaltender is one thing. And that turned into an all-out mess, so there's a yard sale to pick up. And I would assume that there would be a couple penalties coming out of this. Who goes where, we'll find out in a moment. The referees are going to go to the timekeeper's box, and they're going to have a little meeting to figure this out. Play started with Boudreau far out of his net. Went to play it on a chance where there was both a Moose and a Flyer in there for them trying to get it. Then it turned into Boudreau getting tumbled over. And now we have what we have. So the linesman is going to go over and try to figure out and make some sense of this. Going to try to get who he needs. He went over to the Moose bench first. There's going to be at least one from them. I think that could be it. Oh, they're going to go back and get someone from Moncton. So Simon Duguay is going to go back into the box. And it looks like there will be another one from the Flyers. Question is who? There's a couple good candidates. It looks like it's going to be Daigle at 2 headed to the box. Sure is. So we have a couple penalties to kind of figure out here. So Daigle and Weber are going to go. Boy, oh boy. How much time will be put on and for what? Well, that's certainly the question. So there's a 2 put up on the the penalty on and there, and try to figure out what's what. Again, the play started with Boudreau coming out of his net and trying to make the save outside of the crease, and a couple a couple of different things going on there. I can't say that there will be a goaltender interference call. There's a couple tussles too, right? And uh, gloves came off, albeit inadvertent or not, they did, right? And when you have 2 to 3 tussles going on at the same time, it's going to take a couple of minutes to figure out. There's only one penalty on the board right now, and that's the Weber. And we'll have to see what else goes up. There's also another 2 going up there for the Mooses. Again, they're just trying to wrangle on what exactly happened. The only way to figure this out is if they give us the goal call, and we'll find out once the play starts. Well, if you're just joining us, it's a 3-2 contest here from the KC Irving Regional Center in Bathurst, New Brunswick. Just over 6 minutes left to go in period 2. Shots on goal so far to date have been 24-12 in favor of the Flyers, who are down by 1. And a wild play where it had everybody kind of getting out and doing their own thing. And we'll figure out what happens here. Flyers penalty has been taken off the board. Boudreau, who came out to play the puck. This is his 3rd start this weekend, as we mentioned a little bit before. And it was last night. He stopped 31 of 32 against Kensington. And coach of the Moose is trying to sort this out with both the referee and the linesman. And they're going to grab another Moose. Who's that? Looks like that's Ferdinand in the box. Well, and all this, it's going to be a Flyers power play. Well, there you go. Couple of incidentals and behind the play, and it's the Flyers to work. Cormier, Collette, cross to the far boards. Here's a centering pass, a shot, and they score! Right off the hop, 10 seconds is all it took, and the Flyers are back into this. Ferdinand comes out of the box, so it's going to be Cormier getting his 2nd goal, this one here on the power play. And what turned out to be a crazy sequence of events, and it's now a 3-3 game. So the faceoff's going to come back at center ice here. Baxter busting in through. Baxter can't get it there. 3-3, and now there's going to be another penalty. Cross check. It's going to be the call. So 2 minutes for head contact is going to go against the Moose. That's Baxter. And then there's a cross check for Hendrickson. 9. We'll have to keep track of here, folks. A couple penalties here. Well, so now the Moose are going back to the power play. And what has been a parade to the penalty box so far. Both coaches looking to see who will be the Santa Claus at the end of the parade. But I don't think we're remotely done here. It's 2 each. Yep, sorry. My apologies. It is 2 each. 5-on-5 is what they're calling it. No power play. Here we go. All right. Face-off coming up blocker side to the goaltender, and we're back underway here with 5-on-5 action. Played it around. It's the Moose. And behind the goal, it's there, and they're going to play it and trying to center it out in front for the Stu. Here's another drive that went wide of the goal. That's going to be played all the way out through center. Go down. Gaudette. Gaudette moving it in. Gaudette. Gaudette. No, it got lost in his skates. Played down, and it'll be Gaudette there, stopping it there, and trying to bro, but it's played in behind for Collette. Cleared from the boards. And that one is going to be called on the offsides. What turned out to be a crazy sequence of events with the goaltender coming out to play the puck turned into an all-out brawl. The Flyers scored 10 seconds later on the power play. And since then, we've had 2 offsetting penalties as well. And we are here. Over 5 minutes left to go in the second. Shots on goal 25-12 in favor of the Flyers. Moncton trying to play it in the offensive zone. Moose stopping it there, but it'll be Sanchez who will eventually pick up the puck and play it into the corner now. White trying to center it out in front there. Can't do it. One more time. Another drive there. O'Brien, but that one was blocked by Gadbout. O'Brien's going to go for round 2. Won't be able to do it. Gadbout centering pass. It's Mullally. Mullally busting in, and he fanned on it. Gadbout knocking down his man. Poirier, the pass, blocked him in front. Poirier, he's got Gadbout. He tried to bring it back to the point for LeBlanc, unable to do so. Poirier sent it around the goal. It's going to be Thibodeau. Thibodeau from the line. Stopped, intercepted, and this one will come out. LeBlanc, head him forward. At least trying to, at least. Stopped there by Boudreau outside of his net. DeVoe taking it now. Trying to bring it out. LeBlanc. DeVoe sent it around. Boudreau trying to hit LeBlanc. Johnson's going to have to go and give chase after it was dumped in there. Just over 4 minutes left to go in period 2. Boudreau bringing it around. Here's Boudreau. Bring it out. Goaltender for the Moose playing it out. It's Boudreau now. Johnson waiting. Fakes the shot. Won't take it. Played it around. It is into the corner for Legier. Trying to center it out in front there, yet can't do it. Johnson from the line. Passed across. Sturgeon shoots. Wide off the save. Johnson shoots. Blocked. Into the corner and behind the goal now. Be knocked in there. It'll be DeVoe. And it'll be dumped into the seating area here. And we'll have another face-off coming up here. So some of those offsetting minors will now come out of the box. Weber, Hendrickson, and Baxter all coming out. Still at least one Moose left in the box. Off the draw, it's Godin. Stu can't play it. Leard, Godin, Ferdinand. Playing it around. And it's going to be Moncton starting in their own zone. Leard, Godin, can't play it. Cormier, the pass, intercepted there by Ferdinand to Stu. Head him forward now. Ferdinand. Trying to spring the Stu, who's hanging around that slot area, and it's going to be Moncton 3-on-2. Trying to move it there is Johnson. From the line, stopped in, kept in. The Stu can't play another shot. They score! It's now a 3-3 contest. So Jonah Leard getting a goal here, and it's 4-3 rather, sorry. So Flyers taking the lead for the first time this game. And what has been a controlling game for them to date. Shots on goal are 27-13. Boudreau knocking along. Now here is Poirier. Poirier making some moves. Poirier trying to get in there. He's played it around. From the line, go down. Waiting, shooting, scores! It's Godin with the shot. It might have been tipped, but it's a goal, and it's 4-4. The seesaw period continues. It's hard to tell whether that one was tipped out in front by a Moose or not, but so much traffic in front of that net, it's hard for Cormier to see that, and it is now a 4-4 game. Off the draw, it is the Moose. Baxter trying to play it in. Johnson ahead. Godin. White. He knocks down his man. And around the boards, it's Bro. Trying to ship and chase and bring it in ahead at least. Moose can't play it. And around through center, just under 90 seconds left to go in this period. Flyers into the offensive zone. White waiting, shooting, blocked up in front. The rebound for Johnson. Sanchez making some nice moves. Sanchez! Again, Godin trying to play. Bro won't be able to keep it out of the zone. A long drive. That one went up and over Boudreau. Johnson. Sturgeon. Both teams changing. Moncton trying to get out first. Boudreau knocking it in up and over the snowbank. And we will have a face-off coming up here. Under a minute to go in the second period. A 2-2 contest here from Bathurst, New Brunswick. Home of the Teton. LeBlanc. Off the boards. Gadbou. LeBlanc trying to keep it away from Legier. Gadbou. He's got Mullally on the other side. Knocks it along. Played in around the boards. It'll be later moved on there by Moncton. This way it's Boudreau. From the line. Can't keep it in. Is Boudreau. Making some nice moves as Mullally just trying to get around his man. Under 15 seconds left to go in this second period. Gadbou. Mullally. Bringing it out, and a huge destroying hit there by Moncton. And now we're going to have some more aftermarket physicality. Oh, we're not done yet. Both referees have their arms up in the air. I'm trying to figure out who. It's going to be a head contact. It's going against the Moose. Interesting. Okay. So Mullally's going to the box. I think that was for the aftermarket shenanigans. And it looks like Legier's going to go. That's going to be for the head contact. Now there's 4 minutes on the board for the Moose. So we try to sort this out once again. This aftermarket physicality between both of these teams have spilled over into what we have here. Legier made the initial hit, stood up his man. And I believe they're offsetting. Okay, they are offsetting. Maybe? It's 4-on-4 out there. And that will do it for the second period of action. Well, we'll go back to the third period the same way we started, tied, except there will be a couple men in the penalty box. We'll recap all of that and the second period right after this from Bathurst.
Besoin de ferme de toit, murs préfabriqués ou poutrelles de plancher? Un seul nom à retenir, Léon Chouinard et Fils. Vous avez un projet résidentiel, commercial, agricole ou industriel? Ne cherchez plus, nous sommes les leaders dans la catégorie. Nos 40 années d'expertise ainsi que nos 3 usines de fabrication vous apporteront connaissance, compréhension et rapidité peu importe votre projet. Notre représentant se déplacera pour vous rencontrer afin de bien répondre à vos besoins. Léon Chouinard et Fils, les structures de bois, c'est nous.
I'm going to quickly try to break down some of the penalties. We do know that at the 13-minute 32 mark, well, that was where we seen the big hit from that had Boudreau far out of his net. He got hit with a head contact penalty for 4 minutes. Simon Duguay got hit with a head contact penalty for 4 minutes rather. Simon Duguay with another 10-minute misconduct. Liam Daigle with a head contact for 4 minutes. Cooper Cormier with a head contact as well later on after that. It's a 4-4 contest here, and we're back, and welcome inside Bathurst. It's all going to come down to this. There will be only one winner. Finnegan can't play it in and through. It's going to be the Moose trying to play it out. White heading forward. Onto it now is Moncton. Sanchez trying to play it in and out. Here comes the Moose back the other way. A long dump in. This will be stopped by the goaltender and held. Second period scoring summary. If I can find it. I did have this written down. Yes, I did. Frederick Godin scored at the 18:08 mark to kind of get things going, and then it was Jonah Leard who also scored. Cooper Cormier got an assist on that, 17:34. Cooper Cormier scored again, 13:42. Alexandre Lavoie also scored, 12:18. And there was goals coming in from Cormier as well as Boudreau. 4-4 is the score. 3 goals aside in that second period. They're trying to figure out, I believe there's going to be a penalty. Godin's going to go off to the bench. Off the jaw, controlling it now are the Flyers. They're going to start in their own end. This one is going to go up and stay in as it's off the glass. Cormier. He's got multiple goals here this afternoon. Second away of the Moose in their own zone. Godet trying to spring it ahead. This will go down the length of the ice, and this will be an icing call coming up here. So the shots on goal so far are 27-15 in favor of the Flyers, and a couple power play goals on each side. And the Flyers are coming out with a goaltending change. They're now starting Nadeau. A little bit about Nadeau. He's 8-6, a 2.75 goals against average, and 8.92 saves percentage. He was drafted in the 11th round, number 182 by the Cape Breton Eagles. So he starts after we've seen Cormier give up 4 goals on just about 15 shots. Janos caught me off guard. I mean, some of the shots were just unexpected for the goaltender who was in there, Cormier. But other way, it's Nadeau in the net. Surgeon playing it from the line. Captain there, Gadbou, battling in there. It will go down for Moncton to play it now. Sturgeon. Leard can't play it. This will go down. No icing. It will be the Moose. Go down. Here they come through center. Taking it in. It's going to be Ferdinand. Ferdinand waiting, putting on the brakes. Godin battling in there with Morius. Long stringing pass. Now here come the Flyers. A shot, a big save, the rebound. Oh, and it went wide. And Weber, a good opportunity. Trying to set it out in front again for Weber now. Weber from the line. Morius kept in there by Jean. Head in behind. It's Godin stopped in the line again. Flyers controlling. Jean in the corner. Played it out. This will go down into the Moncton zone. Morius. Long stringing pass. Weber just gets it on his stick. Boudreau out to play it in behind the goal. Into the corner. Baxter unable to play it. They call it Hendrickson, the captain. Stick down by Boudreau. Baxter giving chase. Weber onto it. Thibodeau onto it. Collette. Intercepted there by Boudreau. Baxter getting a stick on it. Played into that. Hendrickson, the captain. Weber. Weber in the neutral zone. Going to start in his own zone because he's being pressured there by Poirier. Collette. Trying to bring Hendrickson. Collette's going to start in his own zone. He wants a longer pass, but Boudreau will just get it off his stick. It'll be Hendrickson now coming in, and that play is called down on the offsides. The last time that these two teams met was January 8th. It was a 4-1 victory for Moncton in Moncton. And their season series, we talked about it before, a 5-0 season series for them. Moncton has outscored them heading into this game 32-9. There were no wins this year or last for the Moose against Moncton. They're trying to change that fortune, and they're going to have to do that in their own zone with a pass to chase on. Cormier in there. Collette trying to get it as well. Collette stopping it at the line, bringing it ahead. Boudreau. It's Cormier making some nice moves and just won't be able to get through the defense. Trying for a windmill deke. Collette from the line. Collette waiting, trying to get free of the traffic. Won't be able to do so. Going forward to Simon Duguay. Cormier. The Stu can't play it. Played in, it'll be Godin. Chase on. Head forward, trying to spring the Stu. Pass too hard for him. It'll go down for Johnson. Finnegan wasn't expecting it, so it'll be played down the length of the ice. It will be later moved on there by a shot, and it'll be stopped there. White into the near boards now. Sturgeon from the line, unable to keep it in. It's offsides. Finnegan touched it, and they're going to let him away with that. Lavoie will be eventually the Moose who will come away with control. DeVoe, Sturgeon falling to his knees. There is the Flyers. Another drive. A stick goes flying. Trying to center it out in front there for Gaudette. This one's going to go up and into the stands, and we'll have a face-off come up here under just over 15 minutes left to go in the third period. A 4-4 contest. Been a thriller so far. The shots on goal are 32-15. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Moose. Taking it in. Baxter won't be able to get it because Bro is trying to get away from his man Leard. Leard's busting it through. Leard unable to spring through on a good chance for a breakaway. It's going to be dumped in down. Bro going in there and chasing after it. He gets there first. It's Lavoie. Moncton Flyers starting in their own zone. Bro, Cormier now. Weber shoots. Stick to side. Morius from the line, keeping it in and dumping it forward. This one's going to be stopped and covered by the goaltender, and we'll have a face-off call coming up here. We talked about the last time they met. Since the last time they met, Moncton has gone 2-1, and the Moose have gone 1-4. Off the draw, controlling it now is Morius now. Waiting, shoots, blocked. It's going to come out. The Flyers dumping it in. Godin. Stopped at the line. It's going to come in there. Boudreau out to play it. Thibodeau there for it. Behind the goal now, it's later moved in there by the Flyers who are going to stop it. That's Hendrickson dumping it in. Godin playing it from his goaltender. Chase on. Moose trying to spring Ferdinand, who's on the run. And it's going to be an offsides call coming up here. It's the Moose and the Flyers. The Moose are a couple games back of the Wild in the standings. They're also 5 points. This would be huge points for them if they can come away with a win here. They may have an opportunity to get into that 5th place spot. Of course, the Flyers are 10 points behind the Knights, who have been just stunning. Here are the Moose taking it in through the offensive zone. Chase on is just offside. He tried to stop there, but Simon Duguay is a quick guy. That's Bro, actually, I think. A little bit of a jersey tuck got me there, I will admit. So it's Jean and Lavoie in the face-off. It's coming up on the near side, offside dot. Lavoie gets knocked out, kicked out, and it'll be to Stu. Stu loses the draw. Collette springing out ahead, and it'll be Moncton taking it in. Waiting, shooting, that one went wide. Trying to get it now are the Moose, ahead and forward. LeBlanc dumping it, and it'll go all the way down the length of the ice. This will be another icing call coming up here. Beautiful Sunday afternoon for some hockey between the Moose and the Flyers. Zach Power up here in the broadcast booth. I'd like to thank you so much for taking the time to tune in this afternoon. It's been a good game so far. It was a wild second period, 3 goals aside. Lots of penalties for sure. That was a long score sheet that they announced during the intermission. Coming the way is Destu. Busting it through Destu. Destu can't get it there. In and around the boards. Affiliated player who has 4 games played. His last game with the team was October 16th. Chase on giving chase. Legier onto it. Moose are going to have to play defensively now as the Flyers. The Stu knocks down his man and takes a tumble in the meantime. Sturgeon from the blue line, knocked in along, easily stopped there by Boudreau, who's had 35 shots thrown at him. He's stopped 31 of those. Mullally springing it ahead. Sturgeon kicked there by the defense of the Moose. Mullally kicking it ahead. So he got that pass from LeBlanc. Legier onto it. Godin, Poirier. Mullally trying to get it forward. Thibodeau passed across to his defensive partner. Here comes Poirier. Poirier in behind the goal. Poirier gets it back to the line. Here's a shot there. That one went way wide. White bringing it out now. It's Cooper Cormier heading forward, and we have a penalty call coming up here. Godin, they're calling a trip. It looked to me that they got tangled up, but player did go down, so be it as you will. We will have a penalty, and it's going to go against the Moose, who are going to sit for 2 minutes or less. That's Godin. Godin's last point came December 9th against St. John. So the Moncton power play is going to go back to work. Their power play is second to last heading into this game. Collette, waiting, other side, shot, that one went wide. Goaltender was sprawling though. Wheeler into the corner and behind the goal near the corner now. It's the Flyers, White. And the Moose will clear this down the length of the ice. Over $1.30 left in this penalty. Over 10 minutes left to go in this third period. It's all going to come down to this. Cooper Cormier, he's got a couple of goals here this afternoon. The drop pass will be kept in. Leard got it, brings it out, or looked like it, but a shot there on goal. Stop there again into the corner now. It's the Flyers. Collette cross past the other side. It's later moved on there by Johnson. Moose kicking it out, and that one by Godet. And it'll be the Flyers who are going to have to start away. Cooper Cormier coming in through the line. Being heavily pressured there by Godet. Cormier trying to bring that one out front, and this will go down the length of the ice as well. 45 seconds left to go in this penalty kill. A tightly contested hockey game to date. Boudreau standing tall, and on the other side, Nadeau hasn't really had much to look at so far this period. Boudreau unable to keep it in. The final 25 in the penalty. The pass across, the shot, the block. Played into the boards now. Sanchez onto it. And behind the goal, Flyers trying to center it out in front there. Can't do it. Sturgeon from the line. Across. A shot. Blocked. The rebound. Oh, a great defensive play. Another shot. The rebound. And it stayed out. Somehow it stayed out. Well, what a stop there by Boudreau, who kept it in with his stick, and I think he broke the stick in the meantime. And he's going to go call for another goalie stick. Just a small bend. for another goalie stick for him to play with. There was a slight bend in the stick when the referee checked it, a small crack, and he'll get back to work. And that's a trip to Canadian Tire after the game. The Stu ahead, Weber, Simon Duguay. Head, it is going to be Chason in through center. Now here comes the Moose, the Stu from the line, and that is going to be called on the offsides. Nearly 40 shots have went on Boudreau. He stopped 35 of 39. As we approach the under 9-minute mark of the third period. Lavoie got Couture on the other side. Chason sticking it in and forward. Morius, the Stu pressuring him. Weber. Here's Weber busting in through. Weber going to knock it in behind the goal. It's going to be Boudreau out to play with that fresh goal stick. Here's another try, another shot. The rebound is loose there. Stopped there at the line there by Moncton. They're going to play it in the head and forward. Daigle making some nice moves. Daigle intercepted steal. Now here comes the Moose back the other way. It's going to be Chason dumping it in and going to go for a line change, desperately needed for them. Flyers taking it in. It's going to be Legier into the corner, battling with it. Thibodeau onto it. Kicking it free are the Moose. They're going to take it in and out through center. This way it's going to be Baxter. Baxter shoots and stopped there by the goaltender Nadeau, and we'll have a face-off coming up here. When you look at the Moncton Flyers, their last road game was 5 games ago, January 6th against St. John. Where they were home before that, and in Fredericton for that as well. They're going to continue things going on a delayed offside. Everyone's touched up. Legier, Simon Duguay onto the attack. It's going to be Poirier. Poirier trying to bust in through. Poirier trying to center that out in front. Can't get it there. The rebound is loose there one more time. It's going to be picked up there. It's into the corner now. Poirier back at the line now. Poirier receiving it again. Another drive. That one blocked up in front before it could get onto the goal. Simon Duguay from the line. The pass across. The shot blocked up in front there, and a good opportunity there for Godin. Poirier onto the attack. Ahead, it's Boudreau who's going to chase after Sturgeon. DeVoe can't play it. Knocked in along there by the Moose. It's going to be Boudreau now. Boudreau waiting, putting on the brakes, looking for the pass to the other side. Can't get it. Along, it's almost kept in there by Ferdinand. Simon Duguay playing it out. And a shot in on goal, and that one stopped there. Simon Duguay played 4 games with Charlottetown this year. 2 assists in yesterday's contest. It was a game between the Kensington Wild and the Northern Contendo Moose. It was a 6-1 win for the Moose. And behind the goal, it's Collette. Cormier. Couture can't play it. In and out, it's going to be LeBlanc. There's another long drive, and that one got into the pillows. This one's going to be stopped at the line by Hendrickson. Boudreau had to play it with the goal stick. Cooper Cormier onto the attack. Wheeler playing it. Hendrickson for the Flyers. Here's Cormier. Cormier busting in through the pass. No! And trying to cash in at least one more here in this third period. Hendrickson from the line, another long drive, tipped wide into the corner. Wheeler now trying to look for the centering pass, can't get it. LeBlanc brings it out. Collette stopping it at the line. Will he keep it in? It'll be enough to keep it in. Cooper Cormier onto it now. Moose trying to get it out there and bring it out. Cormier centering out in front there. Oh, it went wide off the tip. The rebound was in behind the goal. LeBlanc now, he's trying to spring Malali. It's Malali. And spring Gabou. Cooper Cormier, long drive and into the crest of the Moose. And we'll have a face-off coming up here. It's near 5 minutes in this third period left to go. Shots on goal 17-42 in favor of the Flyers. Physical game to date. The second period proved all of that. From the line, it's Morris across the other side. A drive wide of the goal. Godin out in front again, trying to get it one more time. No. From the line, it's Morris waiting, shooting, and that one went wide, but it had a good chance there. One more time from the line, it's the Moncton squad. Morris trying to bring it across. Can't do it. Into the corner now. Godin. Another drive. That one got blocked up in front there. That was Godet trying to play it. Sanchez. Sanchez trying to get through. He gets tied up and gets spun around. Simon Duguay onto it. To the other side now. It's Baxter. Moved there by Morius. Sanchez. Moving in and out. Trying to get it forward for Finnegan. Lusco crashing into the boards. Isaiah Poirier on it. Another pass. Godin onto the corner. Here comes Baxter coming in on a 2-on-2. Dropped in there, and it'll be Boudreau onto it. He gets tied up there as it's played into the corner. Thibodeau can't keep it in. Turnover, steal, Bro, in on goal, shoots, and a big save there by Nadeau. Out to play it, but it's turned over, steal, Thibodeau onto it. I don't think the Flyers were expecting that one. DeVoe, Thibodeau, out, trying to get it there for Jason, but it jumped over his stick. Sturgeon, the long pass, in through center now. The offensive zone, and a big stop there on the stick there of Boudreau. And around the goal now, it's later picked on by LeBlanc. LeBlanc trying to chip it up through center. Got it. Bring it along. Collette. Cross pass to Hendrickson. Weber off his stick and into the offensive zone for them. Moose on defense being tied up there. Simon Duguay. Hendrickson outside the blue line. Dumping it in. It's Boudreau. And here we go again. It's the Moose trying to find something in the final 2:30. Chase on now. Chase on busting it through. A long drive, and that one went wide of the goal. Simon Duguay from the line. The pass across, but a miscommunication there. Up off the glass. Everyone's got to tag up. And here we go again. It's Hendrickson starting in his own end. He's been out for a while. I'm sure he's looking for a change at some point, but he's got some gas left in the tank to move it out through center. He dumps it in now. It's going to be the Moose starting away in their own zone. Off the glass, swatted down by Gadbou. Malali, Gadbou. Morius. And through the blue line now. Across the circles. He gets bumped there by Simon Duguay. And behind are the Flyers from the line. Morius waits, shoots, scores! It got tipped up in front! And it's Wheeler. And it's now a 5-4 game with under 2 minutes left to go in the second period. A low shot, got tipped up in front. Morius there with the initial shot. And it was Zachary Wheeler getting that one. He already has some points this afternoon, and there's going to be a quick timeout here. Kind of get things readjusted. Both of these teams played a tough 58 minutes, and it all came down to one deflection goal. Probably one of the closer contests between the Moose and the Flyers that we've seen, especially this season. Last time they met was a 4-1 game for Moncton. The Moose opened up the scoring in this game, and they held on to a lead for the better part of this game. There was only one juncture where the Flyers actually did hold a lead, and this is the second. 44 shots on goal by the Flyers to the 18 of the Moose. A big credit to Boudreau, who's been standing tall. We talked about him. He played yesterday, 31 of 32 saves. Boudreau knocking it along, and he's going to go to the bench. An empty net now. Simon Duguay can't play. This is going to go on like the ice, but it's going to be stopped there by Lavoie. In the defensive zone, the Moose are going to try to get things going in the final 90 seconds. It's a turnover, steal, Cooper Cormier, and he gets swatted away. A great defensive play there. Here are the Moose. They're going to try to start away in their own zone. Poirier busting it through. Poirier can't get it there. Will it be knocked down? And it won't be the Flyers. Cooper Cormier, and into the empty net. And that will be the final nail. So 6-4 off that empty net goal. 61 seconds left. A game where Moncton controlled for the better part of it. I guess the shots can be indicative of that. The Moose looking to get their goaltender back on. Played a good weekend series against two of the top teams in Kensington as well. Nadeau leaving it out for his player, and it's going to be played out. It's going to be Collette. 45 seconds left to go in this third period. Godin. And played in and out. Hendrickson knocking it along. It's going to be tied in against the boards with Mullally in there at least, and as well, Lagier. Boudreau. Played in behind the goal. 20 seconds now in the third period. Hendrickson and off the boards. Long stringing pass, Mullally. Ferdinand. Collette. Collette, 3 seconds and 2, and that will do it for the third period of action. A tight game by both these teams, and the Flyers coming away with a victory. That is now their 16th win of the season, and a 6-4 contest, which was tight all the way. Well, folks, it's been a great set of games here from Bathurst. An exciting one. The final score here, it's the Flyers 6, the Moose 4. Thank you so much for tuning in.